osajidaba tikupasirani zimene Wayankhula, leader of opposition, komanso zimene ayankhula member of parliament after speech ya leader of opposition. Takani pomponde pomvesere.
I'll take this opportunity on behalf of Malawians to thank the former president, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Jagwera, for facilitating a peaceful transition of power. Right Honorable Speaker, I need to retake this one because I want the general public to understand. Right Honorable Speaker, I want to take this opportunity on behalf of all Malawians to thank the former president for facilitating a peaceful transition of power. If Malawians are enjoying peace post-election, we owe it to Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Jagwera. As we are all aware, Right Honorable Speaker, the same hasn't been obtained in other countries. This reminds us of the first transition of power under Dr. Kamuzu Banda in 1994. The Malawi Congress Party prioritizes country over politics. Malawi is bigger than MCP, and indeed, Malawi is bigger than the DPP. Right Honorable Speaker, I am also deeply grateful to the Malawi Congress Party, especially our president, His Excellency Dr. Lazarus McCarthy Jagwera, and my colleagues in the MCP for entrusting me with the noble responsibility of serving as leader of opposition. And I accept this role, but Mr. Speaker, sir, with humility, a sense of duty, and unwavering commitment to the people of Malawi. Right Honorable Speaker, the role of the leader of opposition. Mr. Speaker, sir, the office of the leader of opposition under parliamentary governance is not ceremonial. It is a constitutional pillar of our democracy, entrusted with the solemn duty to provide checks and balances, scrutinize government actions, propose alternatives, and ensure that the voices of all Malawians are heard and their aspirations respected and achieved. Mr. Speaker, sir, I assure you that I, Simplex Ezra Diamond Chichola, as leader of opposition, will carry out this responsibility with courage, integrity, and resolve without obligating my duty due to any political intimidation. Response to the President's State of the National Address. Mr. Speaker, sir, I listened attentively to Professor of the country, who is the President Mutharika, who actually delivered a sona on Friday, 31st of October, 2025, in this very august house. Mr. Speaker, sir, the President spoke about unity, discipline, a new era of integrity in public service. He declared that the honeymoon of plundering government resources is over, and he promised to root out corruption, restore economic stability, and open Malawi to international investors. Mr. Speaker, sir, these are noble aspirations. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, the true test of leadership is not in words, but in action. The people of Malawi are not interested in rhetoric, they demand results. State of economy. The President in the very august house, Mr. Speaker, sir, highlighted a myriad of economic challenges. He talked about inflation at crippling 28.2%. He also talked about over 4 million Malawians facing food insecurity. As opposition, Mr. Speaker, sir, we note that the government is aware of the economic challenges facing this country, and that it has already gone a step further to engage and negotiate with multilateral and bilateral institutions like the IMF and the World Bank on the matter. Mr. Speaker, sir, however, Malawians out there would like to know, number one, whether the DPP has developed an economic recovery to corresponding to these. Number two, whether the status of the IMF-ECF negotiations, the agreed prior actions and structural benchmarks, especially Malawians would like to know why the DPP government has accepted not to recruit the youth in the right of increasing levels of unemployment, not to promote servants, and not to increase salaries and wages, and indeed to devalue the Malawi kwacha. Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to reiterate that I'm speaking from point of knowledge, and I know that my dear brother sitting there as Minister of Finance is quite aware of the conditions that I'm talking about. Mr. Speaker, sir, in the context of IMF and World Bank conditionalities highlighted above, Malawians are asking on how the ambitious and physically expeditious expansionary DPP manifesto will be implemented, more especially where you are promising more subsidies like free secondary education, free university meals, and many others. Let me return to free secondary education, Mr. Speaker, sir. The DPP government promised secondary education. This is a good thing. But what is being delivered is only a partial subsidy, covering tuition and development fund, which constitutes less than 20% of the total fees. The larger burden, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the boarding fees. And these boarding fees remains on families. If we are to improve equitable access, the free secondary education must be comprehensive and benefit all deserving Malawian children of secondary school going age between 13 to 17 in the population. Mr. Speaker, sir, allow me to go on electricity and energy. It is difficult, Mr. Speaker, sir, to ignore the persistent link between the government and the recurring energy crisis. Whenever the DPP is in power, Malawians bless for blackouts and fuel shortages. The familiar song of Magetsi, Madzi, and Mafuta Palibe echoes across the country. The previous MCP government worked diligently to secure the 1.5 billion in Patamanga hydropower project. We expect, with the 350 million US dollars already approved by the World Bank, we expect the current administration, Mr. Speaker, sir, to prioritize and expedite this project as a sustainable solution to our electricity challenges. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Chakwera government increased the electricity access from 12 to 25% and was working towards increasing it to a further 75%. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have noted as opposition with regret the decision to abolish the G2G in preference for open tender system, the OTS, which in our view is the most expensive and raises eyebrows, and one wonders why the DPP government has chosen the most expensive route for fuel procurement, which will result in Malawians paying. For instance, the G2G cost was costing $62 per metric ton compared to the OTS, which will cost not less than $298 per metric ton. Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians would like to know why the government has chosen the most expensive procurement system. Is this not going to be another fuel gate to benefit some cartels? Mr. Speaker, sir, surprisingly, the so now silent on all these pertinent issues. Mr. Speaker, sir, it would be in the interests of many Malawians that government should sustainably secure forex and invest in clean energy solutions, such as electric vehicles and gas to reduce reliance on biofuels. Mr. Speaker, sir, we are excited to note that the DPP government has fully embraced the MCP's 4 F's economic approach of forex, fuel, food, and fertilizer. to stabilize Malawi's economy. This is evidence that DPP, whilst in opposition, knew that the Chakwera government was on the right track but chose to politically mistreat Malawians. Food security and fertilizer. We acknowledge government efforts to prevent hunger and enhance food security. However, the SONA falls short of the DPP's manifesto commitment of 4 bags of affordable fertilizer per household. Only 2 bags for 1.1 million targeted beneficiaries are mentioned, leaving many households vulnerable. If we are truly committed to food security and agriculture productivity, we must make substantial depoliticized investments in agriculture. Mega farms and NIF could be transformative if properly funded and implemented. Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians are puzzled that government has decided to procure expensive maize from Zambia, whilst locally many mega farmers still have the maize stock that can satisfy government demand at low cost, less than 80% per 50 kilogram guide. What is more shocking, Mr. Speaker, sir, is the fact that the said maize is presumed to be bought from Malawian and Tanzanian farmers and being resold to Malawi government at a very expensive price. This, Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians out there are asking why government is prioritizing empowering foreign nationals at the expense of their own farmers. Mr. Speaker, sir, when we think around, one would conclude that if not treated carefully on the maize procurement, it would result into another maize gate, as previously the same thing happened in the past. Public service and appointments. Mr. Speaker, sir, we concur with the President's call for a change of mindset in public service. However, we are troubled by reports of mass dismissals and redeployments, often targeting specific regions and ethnic groups perceived as opposition sympathizers. Appointments appear to favor those with cross-regional or tribal ties. If unchecked, Mr. Speaker, sir, this risks entrenching nepotism and tribalism. Mr. Speaker, sir, we call upon the government to ensure all appointments and dismissals are based strictly on merit, performance and competence, not on regional, tribal or political considerations. Mr. Speaker, sir, it has also been noted that the executive arm is over-exercising their powers by appointing people in positions in total disregard of the legal procedure, where positions are required to be advertised and hired by the board and confirmed by Parliament where necessary. For example, the SCB Director and MRA Commissioner General, which might result into compromising the governance system and service delivery. Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians are also interested to know why the DPP government is happily hiring individuals with questionable behaviors that have already started eroding public trust, and one wonders if this is not institutionalizing corruption, making Malawi a criminal enterprise. Social price, social support and safety nets. Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawi remains poor, and the government alone cannot meet all the needs. Development partners are essential. Social support, including cash transfers, must reach the ultra poor, and beneficiary identification must be improved and extended to all districts in need without leaving others. Mining and minerals. Mining can significantly contribute to Malawi's economic growth, as stated by President Professor Mutharika. However, illegal mining and exports are rampant, and corruption persists. We support the President's call for local processing of minerals, but this must be accompanied by legal reforms and adequate resources for enforcement. Politics, justice, and national interest. We commend the government's verbal commitment to national unity and depoliticization. However, we are deeply concerned by reports of mass arrests and denial of bail, which undermine justice and equality. The pursuit of justice must never be politicized. Malawi is our home, and no one should feel unsafe or unwelcome. Let us work together to ensure every citizen enjoys freedom, dignity, and security. Mr. Speaker, sir, it is regrettably shocking to hear reports of police brutality exerted on the 15 arrested individuals. The continuous rearresting of these individuals without consolidating their cases is tantamount to torture and total disregard of human rights and fundamental principles. Mr. Speaker, sir, are we transforming this country into a police state? Mr. Speaker, sir, we have intel that in custody, the accused are being mistreated and physically harassed and assaulted. Mr. Speaker, sir, we would like to bring to your attention that during our time, a man was killed in Indilandi. There were no arrests. The man was killed in Palombe. There were no arrests. The presidential convoy was stoned both in Chikwawa and Indilandi. There were no arrests. In Cholo, where the former president was commissioning Cholo district hospital offices, MCP supporters were harassed, but there were no arrests. Remember also that activist Bire Maya was assaulted in full view of the police, but nothing happened to the perpetrators during the past regime. Mr. Speaker, sir, with all these human rights violations, why are the development partners silent? Why are the CSOs and NGOs and especially human rights organizations silent? Why are the churches and faith organizations silent? Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians are now reminded of many atrocities that happened in the past. Social amenities and perpetual problems. Mr. Speaker, sir, we have noted that despite the DPP promises, fuel shortages, blackouts, and water supply issues persist. Still, the political victimization in public service continues. However, Mr. Speaker, sir, Malawians should not bear the cost of unwarranted suspensions and dismissals. As per President Mutarika's pronouncements in the SONA, we must unite in pursuit of social, economic, and governance needs. Conclusion and a call for constructive engagement. Mr. Speaker, sir, let me assure this House that the opposition will not oppose for the sake of opposing. We will offer constructive alternatives, support policies that serve the national interest, and work towards a Malawi that is united, prosperous, and just. It is our hope, Mr. Speaker, sir, that the long weary queues at fuel stations will become a thing of the past, that the darkness of perpetual blackouts will give way to light, that clean, reliable water will once again be accessed in our both urban and rural areas, that those suspended from their posts will find justice without the shadow of political persecution, that Malawians will live free from fear of panga knives, of arbitrary arrests, of uncertainty, that our youth will walk confidently into classrooms unburdened by school fees, that our constituencies will flourish, nourished by the promised 5 billion annual allocation per constituency, that every Malawian household will know the comfort of food security, and above all, that smiles of hope and dignity will return to the faces of our people. Finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me assure the people of Malawi that between 2025 and 2030, the MCP will stand with the people by voicing out their concerns regarding the social, economic, and political challenges facing the country. We will provide oversight and safeguards on how taxpayers' money will be utilized. We will endeavor to protect taxpayers' money from being scavenged by institutionalized cartels. And finally, Mr. Speaker, sir, let me assure Malawians that the next MCP government in 2030 will rise to the challenge and address all these pressing issues. We have learned through experience that true and lasting leadership is only possible when a government listens to its people and responds to their needs. Our commitment is unwavering We will build a government that serves, delivers, and uplifts every Malawian. A better tomorrow is not just a promise, it is on the horizon. Madam, Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, in the spirit of one Malawi, one people and one nation, I acknowledge the SONA and submit our observations for better governance and implementation. Mr. Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me time. Thank you very much.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order.
Point of order from Chirazu, Minister of Finance.
Point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir, for giving the people of Chirazu Tumbwe the opportunity to raise the point of order. Madam, Mr. First Deputy Speaker, is it in order? Is it in order, Mr. Speaker, sir, for the leader of opposition to insinuate that the government of Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika has signed an agreement with IMF, and that we have signed an agreement to do with make sure that there is no employment for the youth? How can that be? Can you? I'm asking this, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir. This being a house of records. This being a house of records. Can we ask the leader of opposition to submit evidence for what he has said? It is surprising, Mr. Speaker, sir, today that the honorable leader of opposition is talking about IMF. He was running away from IMF. He never wanted to see IMF. He never wanted IMF. I want to put it on record, Mr. Speaker, sir, that this government, led by Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, will never do anything that will harm Malawians, because he understands the problem that we have. I want also to assure them that Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika promises what he will do, and he does what he will promise. Thank you very much.
Point of order.
Thank you, Honorable Minister of Finance. Next time, you could rise on a point of correction than a point of order. I take that as a point of correction, and I just wanted to guide you on that, because on a point of order you have limited time. So take note of that.
Point of order.
Point of order. Point of order. Point of order.
Point of order.
Can I recognize Zomba Malosa? Then I'll come to Karonga Nyungwe.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker, sir, for recognizing people of Zomba Malosa on the point of order. First of all, congratulations for that seat, and also congratulations, Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika, for being the president of Malawi. Right Honorable Speaker, on the leader of opposition speech, he mentioned about 16 people that are in police cells. Right Honorable Speaker, my point of order is, these 16 people that are being mentioned in this house are the same people who came in this parliament premises, vandalized my car at Zomba Malosa. Now, the DPP government is trying to correct what MCP government failed to do. Now, these people have been arrested. Someone from the leader of opposition is trying to accuse government, the DPP government, that is mistreating. Is it really in order that people should take laws in their hands, vandalize cars right at parliament? They shouldn't get any. Are you serious? So,
point taken. Point taken, Zomba Malosa. Karonga Nyungwe, I will come with my, after Karonga Nyungwe, I'll come in.
Right Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving a chance to the people of Karonga Nyungwe constituency. First and foremost, let me congratulate you for your ascendancy to the high office and your deputies. Right Honorable Speaker, is it in order that the leader of opposition is today calling upon civil societies, calling upon human rights organizations that they should intervene arrest, on the issue of arresting when the DPP government is arresting those who are on the wrong side, while themselves they were in government. They arrested Reverend Gondwe when Mayor was talking about the death of Chirima and Chikangawa. Is it in order that today they are out of government, they can cry now, they can complain now, while all Malawians were complaining at that time? They did not pay attention. Is it in order? Honorable, Right Honorable Speaker, I submit.
Point of order.
Honour members, I see Leader of the House.
Right Honorable Speaker. The Minister of Finance has raised a very pertinent issue to do with what the leader of opposition had said in regards to youth employment. And in his statement, he mentioned an international organization that government is discussing with. And I thought you were going to make a ruling on that aspect. He has requested for evidence. That's what we would want the honorable leader of the opposition to furnish this house with. I submit.
Thank you, Leader of the House. Indeed, I was coming up with a ruling on those point of orders. Before I do that, let me acknowledge Lilongwe Site Muro. Yes, go ahead, Honorable.